Follow all Moasers news on his website, www.moasers.com. And on his Facebook Moasers and Instagram Moasers13 page 2. For daily exclusive publications.
Hello and welcome on Moaser for this new basic video about the Montage M, and today let's see how to load some files to your Montage M. That's why we are on that screen. Shoot all along the video because at the end I will explain to you how to load all those files from the Motif XF and XS, because there is one specific window you need to know about that. Be careful, shoot my previous video about saving files, because that's very important before to load anything, to have saved your data on a USB stick. I will not come back on what USB stick you need, how to format. You have all of that on my how to save video. If you do not know me, my name is Joël Borg. I work in partnership with Yamaha Music Europe in France, and you can retrieve me every day on Facebook. It's called Moisio. Instagram Moisio13 for daily exclusive publication. And do not forget to click on subscribe and click on the bell. Like that, you will know when I release a new video. So let's talk about loading files, loading soundbanks, things like that, from a USB stick. So to do that, you go to Utility, you go to Content, and you go this time to Load. Okay? And you have several types of files you can load from the USB stick, but on the list here, not all are from the USB stick. We will see that. So let's start for the user file. User file. Do not forget to save your user file before to load anything. If you're friend of you, I create some really great performances. Try it. I have it on user file. Save your user file before to load that file from your friend. Very important, because if you do not do that, you will lose all your hard work for any time. You will not retrieve it if you do not have save on your computer or on the cloud, rather on the USB stick. So save before to load. That's why I done this video on the second position about that. So, of course, I have saved for the previous video. I saved my data. And what you can load? Of course, you can load files from Montage M, user file from Montage M, but also from the Montage first generation, the Modex plus 2, and we will see on the bottom from some files from the Motif XF and XS2 as a user. So that's why you see a X3A file from the Motif XF. So if I press on one, you have this message. Be careful, current user data will be overwritten by that one. So if you press load, you know that it will overwrite everything. So you have a save file in user file format on your USB stick or on your computer. I will not do it. I will press cancel for that. So save before to load in user area. Library file. Library file is some commercial soundbanks or things done by friends that save as library file. And this is here. I do not have from the Montage M. I have some from the Montage first generation. That's from my friend Abe. That's Easy Sound. And you have the FM Experience Point X7L for library. Press on it and you do not have a message. It goes directly on the first library slot available. You have 16. After I reduce by speed time of the loading, I will show you how to know how many slots you have free. And we come back on the performance. So let's come back to utility here. Now I have 6 slots used on my library up to the 16 slots available. So I keep 10 more if I need So you have that information here on the part screen. How to retrieve the performances from that library, I will show you on the bonus suit all along the video. Backup file. You can load backup file from the Montage M, of course. That's 2A by the end of the name, A for all, we say. From the Montage first generation, but very important, from the Modex and from the Modex Plus 2. That was the thing that is not available on the Montage first generation. You can load user and library from the Modex Plus. Here on the Montage M, we can load the backup file from the Modex and Modex Plus. So very, very great to have that too, and the old file from the Motif XF and XS cannot be loaded because it does not build in the same way. I will talk to you on the bonus also about that. So if I press on the file I saved yesterday, you have the message for the alert, or will be overwrite, all your user area, all your library slots, all the settings that you have in utility. If I press load, of course, I will press cancel to win sometimes on that video. And after, remember that we have seen on the previous video, here we are on device, we are on the USB stick, song and perf, we go to the Montage M. That's for loading files that are inside the Montage M memory to load in the performance that is selected, song and performance. This means they are linked. The song will call the performance that is, I will say, the mixing for the recorded event and notes. You can load the sound alone, you can load the pattern and perf in the same way, link, or the pattern alone. You can load MIDI files, like we have seen, we have saved MIDI files, so you need to go on your performance, select the scene memory where you want to load, and you can load like that, but it's better to load from the same screen that we have seen to save on my previous video. So see my previous video about that. And for the WAV file, it will not load samples to say, I want to prepare my key bank to build, I would say, my waveform, and I will load on the first time all my sample waveform one by one to do the job. No, that will not work like that. I explained that in our Tech Talk Like episode on the Yamaha YouTube channel, so please go and see that. But I will not remake the things that I explained to you. If I have a WAV file here, it load on the audio file player only. That's not to build a waveform, it's just like a backing track to play on it, okay? And that's all for the things that you can load here. If you want to go deeper or quicker to learn your Montage M or ESP or all the subject topics that you have brought on of me, you can ask me for a Mauricio Masterclass. It's online through Zoom. You choose the topic we are going to work together. You can choose in French if you live in Quebec, as an example, or in English from the USA or anywhere else in the world. You have my calendar with my available slots and time. It's on your time zone. And at the end of the session, you have your video from your session that you can record and review anytime you want. It's on Music Hackspace. So thank you, Music Hackspace, for that. And no, that's the bonus time. And for that bonus, I explain to you, if I come back to the backup, first time I will go on the user. We've seen somewhere here. We have the Nature Shield underline XF.X3A. This is a Motif XF file from 2010. And we can load also some file from the Motif XS, which is from 2007. That's very great to have that. But, here, this is an old file, and you say, okay, on user, I can see it. On library, I can see it too. If I go on backup, I cannot see it, and it's a file, old file. Why? Because the Motif XF and XS are built as a workstation, and no Montage M is a synth. On the previous Motif, you have a dedicated mode for the voice. You have a dedicated mode for the performances. You have a dedicated mode for the song. You have a dedicated for the pattern and for the sampling. Here, it's a synthesizer. We have all unified, I would say, in the performance. We do not have all of that. That's why we cannot load all, because also the settings in UTD are not fully the same. That's why you cannot load in Baker file. We can load the whole file and the whole voice file. It doesn't load the songs because here you have one song at one time on the Montage M. You have not the 128 available directly. You need to call them one by one. I will say to you, that's always work. So let's go to library for my example. And if I want to load this MotifX file to my library, I can. But if I press on it, it will not jump directly to the first available slots. You have that screen and you can load voices only or performances only. Why? Because I do not remember how many voices, but in the MotifXF there are 128 voice bank in user area, and you have the same for the performances, so it's go up to the 640 performances that we have, and the mix of the two will be up to 640. So you can load only the voice, only the performances. If you want to have the two, you need to load on two separate things. But as I know, for Easy Sound, most of the voice are in the performances. So my advice in most of the case will be to load the performances. Depend of the soundbank. If you take X from Dave Polish from DCP, it's guitars and bass soundbank, and most of the job is on the voice. In that case, load the voice in preferred way about that as an example. And you can load the two and choose and select and delete what you do not need. So now I have choose to load performances. I can press to load, and it will go on the first available library slot that I have on my Montage M. Of course, I will reduce the time for that video. And it's on. So let's come back to utility, and now you see I have 7 slots used from my 16 now. And the question I see sometimes on the Facebook group, oh, I can retrieve the new performances that I load. So you go to category search, but be careful of two things. Do not select something here on the main, because if you load a bank from guitar and bass and you are here as a drum, you will not see anything. So be sure to unselect anything on main, and be sure to unselect anything also to attribute. Because here, if I want to see the FMX performance that I load from Easy Sound, if I choose ANX, I will not see anything because there are FMX. Okay, so uncheck anything, and you go to bank favorite, and you have here favorite preset user and the name of the library, the same name that you have on USDStick library 1 Compass FM Experience. Here and now I can navigate through all the performances from the Easy Sound library. I can go up to the page like that, and you see we have a lot of things, and I can change the bank with that button and Phoenix up. The XF are here. This is the XF performances that I load from the MotifXF that was done in 2010, near 15 years, 14, I would say. Okay, so very, very great to have that. So that video ending. I hope you have liked it. I hope you find it interesting. If yes, please click on the blue thumb, very important for me. And remember, it's a huge work to make all these videos. I made them outside my office day work, which is really not linked to the music. So if you have liked, please press like. If you want to support the channel, you have bottom right the video, the arrow that come. Super thanks is like a donation from $2 to what you want. It helped me to renew the licenses of the software I use to produce that video, or buy some new gear to have a better rendering for the video I produce and I put online for free for you on YouTube. Thank you in advance. If you go on that way, if you want a Mauricio Masterclass, you have all information on video description and on videoending.com. See you soon for one of our Montage M basic video. Bye.
Would you like to discover, learn, or improve your knowledge of your Yamaha synthesizer or stage keyboard? Book your Moasers Masterclass now. Your private session is conducted online through Zoom. Take all benefit of Moasers' expertise, Yamaha synthesizers and stage keyboard specialist and consultant for Yamaha Music Europe and France. As member of International Yamaha Tech Talk live team, music hackspace instructor, and host of the Camelot Pro Sessions, Joel take care of your experience level. Whether you're a beginner or a skilled user, get the most out of your Yamaha synthesizer, Stage keyboard, John Mayall's software suite, or Camelot Pro. Book your session for your personal Moasers one-to-one session. It's available for users all over the world through Music Hackspace platform. It's easy. Select your date and time from the Moasers calendar available slots on your time zone. Thank you for watching this Moasers video. Do not forget to click on like, subscribe and click on the bell to be informed when a new video is online. Do not hesitate to write a comment or ask a question. See you soon, bye!